Oh, darn it, I almost finished protein on the last one, but I didn't. So here are some overall molecular shapes for protein. You can have helix here, or coils, or I'm playing with my fingers on the screen, or a pair of coils, or it can be even built up further, kind of like a cable, or you can have these globular shapes. So you can see how that goes. All right, now let's talk about nucleic acids. We're talking about DNA and RNA. And then we'll talk a little bit about ATP and ADP. All right, DNA is a genetic material that codes for everything in our body. Contained in the nucleus. And it's what makes up genes, which are the traits that are passed down in our chromosomes. RNA carries the directions for protein building from that DNA. So let's say you have a gene for blue eyes. The RNA carries that coding out to the ribosome where that protein that makes your eyes blue is built. You can kind of think of it as a factory line where the proteins are assembled. So here's DNA, it uncoils, messenger RNA matches the coding, takes it out, brings it on the ribosome, and these transfer RNAs bring in the amino acids and put them together in the right order. Here's another picture of that. So you have it uncoiling, the RNA gets the pattern, takes it out to the ribosome. We'll be talking about that a lot pretty soon. And then this transfer RNA picks up the right amino acid for the codon, the 3 little letters in a row, and brings it there and then hooks it on. So we end up with a very specific order of amino acids. This part's called transcription, this part's called translation. What's it made up of? Well, a phosphate. Here are the phosphate groups on the sides of the ladder. The sugar are on the sides of the ladder, so it's phosphate, phosphate, sugar, phosphate, sugar, phosphate, sugar on both sides of these ladders. And then the rungs are the nitrogen-containing bases. So that would be our A, T, C, and G, and there's complementary pairing that goes on. So how are they different? DNA and RNA together have adenine, guanine, and cytosine, A, G, C, and the phosphate. That's on the sides. These are the guys that are hooking together across the rungs of the ladder. All right, DNA has thymine. That's traded out in RNA for uracil. I don't know why, but it is. And then in DNA, we have deoxyribose as a sugar, and RNA, ribose as a sugar. DNA is double-stranded. RNA is single-stranded. So we have those bases. Cytosine and thymine are the pyrimidine bases, and cytosine and uracil and RNA. So we see the uracil replaces thymine. The purine bases are the same. And so A always hooks with T, C always hooks with G. In RNA, A hooks up with U and C with G. And there's some really lovely safeguards that I adore that try to, because it's those crazy 4 things that make all of our variety of traits. It's kind of crazy, I actually think. So we have this guy that's small hooks up with this guy that's big. Less chance for mistakes. This guy that's big hooks up with this one that's small. This one has 2 hydrogen bonds. This pair has 3 hydrogen bonds. So we have some safeguards, because if these things get mixed up, that's when pretty bad things go wrong. And that's what I showed you again. That's how they're built. And so that coding right there is what's taken out here and makes these amino acids go in the correct order. All right, what's the relationship? All right, the functional group determines its behavior. When I was talking about the functional group on those estrogen and testosterone, that's just one little part that makes it do what it does. But on these, we're talking about amino groups and carboxyl. So now we have these hooked together in a certain order. Those are all amino acids. Sometimes people take amino acids as a supplement, actually. Might be familiar with them. And so here we have the sulfide bonds forming to help make it 3-dimensional. That's that tertiary level of connection. Well, I'm almost out of time. I'll have to do